Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and a clash that we have in store today. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wildcats about to kick it away and get this season started. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quarterback checking off. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that pass intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. To the ground with the back. There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
On the ground with the counter. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try to do it himself. Headed to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about, and you take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They're trying to crease them off the left tackle. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down.
Oh, he dropped the football. He had it right in the middle of the field, and just ran before he finished the catch. It'll be fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Gives him the big stiff arm. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. And now on first down after converting with the run. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Lining up, trying to convert this third and short from the 40. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down distances, third downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. Moving out of the pocket. He throws into the middle of the field. To the end zone and is picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
On the play. Second down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Running it back, it's Gore. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking the play. On second down, he's looking downfield. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Hand off from the shotgun. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
That's the end of the third quarter. Kentucky 7, South Florida 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. This guy is so slippery, so elusive. He just vaporizes right in front of the defense.
It's crazy. You can play touch football in the elevator and lose to this guy. He's that kind of quick.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky! That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Looking left. Got his man downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Powers through the defender. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab. It's Averill.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll give it to the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
On the play.
Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quick strike complete. Touchdown Bulls! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They'll run the option. Across the 25, he's got room. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Give to the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On third down, he drops the throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
On the move at the 30. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, USF! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off.
Kentucky, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He looks that one in nicely. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling for the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, but threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that ball is picked off. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelt blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing. And how about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the returner goes down. Just about 30 seconds to go, and you want to score, but the last thing you need to do is give up a cheapie. Going up top on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Trying to escape and get it himself. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. And the try is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bulls will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They couldn't find the uprights on that 51-yard field goal attempt, so they'll give up the football. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. Dances away. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on, hard to get him to the ground.
And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. 9 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 45. Open runway ahead. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. They really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting a tackle for loss.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown Bulls! And that one will give them the lead. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and they have a 28-24 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The give to the back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
Crosses the 45. Off he goes. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wildcats! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish. A 70-yard run to the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Might be looking to run. Lets it fly. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Hits him with a stiff arm. Give him 105 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. And the Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting him in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Back to the ground game on the left. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going to run it. Hard running there. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Nothing but green ahead. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And that's good enough for a first down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, South Florida 35, Kentucky 31.
First down to start the drive after the break. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's caught. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And just when you think the fullback is extinct, he makes a play, makes a catch, and moves the chains.
You got to be impressed with this fullback, too, because he's obviously built to block. He's built to live in the trenches. Look at this guy. But he has the ability to catch the football. Very soft hands. He's a good little weapon in this offense.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. On the option. Now the toss. At the 45 on its way. Running toward the tape. Touchdown Wildcats. They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Offense set on first down. They'll go to the ground. Oh, it gives him the tough, stiff arm.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Running it back, it's Nichols. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, though.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Using the quick game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, the defense knows that they're going to have to go horizontal sideline to sideline to stop this offense. Nice job rallying to the running back who catches that swing pass out on the perimeter.
On 3rd down, going up top. And he can't escape, and down he goes. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go down, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
This is a designed run.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the designed quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a 1st down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around.
Going for it all. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Still on his feet, just causing wreckage in the secondary. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Oh, what a move. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. They'll leave it with him. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Line getting set on second down. They go to the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. The give to the big fullback. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Offenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
It's not sexy. It's not pretty. It's actually kind of old school because people don't really run a lot of QB sneaks anymore. You don't even see quarterbacks under center that much. But what do? You keep your momentum going. You've already strung together a bunch of plays. Now is not the time to get super aggressive. Way to go high percentage, run the quarterback sneak, get the first down.
The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not.